Hello and welcome to Mahika Tutorials. In this tutorial, we are going to see do while loop. Now we know loops are used when we have to perform some iterative task. Do while is again one of the loop which we can use for iteration. Now how to write do while loop? We use do keyword and then within braces we specify the code that is to be iterated or repeated, and then we give the while along with the condition. Here condition is given when we exit from the loop. Therefore, do while loop is known as exit control loop. Now in this case, how it is going to work, we can understand this by a diagram. Here first the statement will be executed, that is the body of do will be executed, and then the control will go to condition. Now it will test whether the condition is true or false. If the condition is true, then the set of statement will be executed again and then condition will be tested and so on. But if the condition is false, then the statement will not be executed. Control will go to the statement which is followed after the do while loop. Okay. But the important point to note over here is that the statement given within the do body will be executed at least once even if the condition is false initially. Why? Because first statement is executed and then condition is tested. So irrespective of whether the condition is false or true initially, anyhow control will go inside the do body. We can understand it more better by taking an example in Eclipse. Now here we will write the code for printing first and natural numbers, but this time we will use do while loop. Now we will name our program, let's say series print. Okay, we will add main method. Okay, now here we will add our method which will be printing the numbers for us. So we will name our method print and then we will write the code over here. We need one n and one counter, n for reading the number and c for counter. We will declare the object of scanner. System.in. Let us import this. Ask the user to enter a number. Let's say enter n. And then we will read it in n. N equals sc.nextInt. And then here we will initialize first our counter outside the loop. We will initialize our counter with 1 and then we will put do while loop. Okay. Now here within do what we want a number to be displayed which will be in our counter C, and then we want C to be incremented. So we will give C++, and here at the end of do we need to add while, that is do while c is less than equals to n, and here we need to put terminator. Okay, so this is how we write a do while loop. We first give do keyword and within the body we give the set of statements that are to be iterated, and at the end of the body we specify while, which gives the condition to be tested. Now we will call this in the main method. We are creating instance for our class because the method which we have created is non-static, so it needs to be called with object since main is static method. Okay, here we are getting warning, so we can close scanner. Okay, now let us execute this code. Okay, it is asking us to enter in, let's say I entered 4, so I'm getting 1 2, 3 and 4 as output. Okay. So now how flow of execution is taking place over here? When we entered value for n, then it initialized counter with 1. Now without checking the value of counter, it is simply printing 1 on our console and then checking and then incrementing counter. So counter C is now 2. Now then it is checking is 2 less than equals to 4. Yes, it is true. So again control goes to the beginning of do loop, that is it prints 2, increments C, then it tests is 3 is less than equal to 4. Yes, go again to the beginning, print 3, increment C, C is 4 now, is 4 less than equals to 4. Yes, then again control goes to the beginning, print 4, increment C, C is 5 now, is 5 less than equals to 4? No. So now this loop will not continue and it will terminate over here. So this is how do while loop works. Okay. Now we say that do while will be executed at least once irrespective of whether the condition is true or false in the beginning. Okay. Now let's check for that. Now suppose when I entered n as 0, that is I don't want any number to be displayed. Okay, but still I am getting 1 as output. Now why? Because counter is initialized to 1 and then control goes to this SOP which displays 1 on our console and then C is incremented. C is 2 now. Now it is checking is 2 less than equal to 0. Since this condition is false, this do while loop will not be executed for the second time, but it executed even though the condition was false initially. Why? Because it checks the condition when it exits from the loop. Therefore, it is known as exit control loop. Whereas while loop, which we have seen in earlier tutorial, is an entry control loop that checks for the condition before entering the loop. And if the condition is false initially, that is not executed at all. Thank you for watching this tutorial.